Testing, testing, 1, 2, 3, testing, testing. This is Seyorias. Back online. Hello everyone, welcome back. This is Seyorias back with another stream. And I did take a week off. I'm gonna keep it a stack with all of you. I have been super busy in my professional life, not my personal life. And I've actually been receiving a lot of promotions in the last week. So the reason why I took off streaming is because I wanted to focus on that. Because that pays the bills. That puts food on my table. So I gotta make sure, you know, we stay 100%. Because if my professional doesn't work out, I can't do streaming, you know? Streaming is a hobby, at least right now. But hopefully will grow to be something bigger, you know what I mean, in the future. But so many things have happened in the past week too that I just missed as well. So we have such a big boom, which I love saying. I was here first. I called it. K-pop is on top today because, ladies and gentlemen, have you seen the new K-pop Demon Hunters movie? Oh my goodness, is it phenomenal? I absolutely love the movie to death. I think it is absolutely fantastic as someone who has been a big fan of K-pop. The songs are amazing. The animation, spectacular. And yes, that was a Spider-Man pun, just in case you were wondering. And yeah, the characters. Oh, the writing is what I love. Is the character writing in this was phenomenal. Specifically with writing good antagonist. Because you don't really get good antagonists anymore. Especially in popular media, because sometimes the whole story, whether it's a movie or TV show, is carried by, like, you know, the heroes, the protagonists of the story. Rarely you get an in-depth analysis of an antagonist. I'm loving that we're getting a little bit more, especially from, you know, other properties like DreamWorks, and in this case it was Sony. So good job, Sony. That was great. Like, keep it up. That was awesome. But yeah, so I have a lot of thoughts because I love K-pop Demon Hunters. I'm just going to get into it right now. Consider it my review of the movie. So I knew it was coming out. I was looking forward to this because the art style and the trailers, like the bits and pieces I saw, reminded me of kind of the revolutionized style of animation that is prevalent now in, like, that I think Spider-Verse definitely kicked off, right? So that is present within the trailer. So I knew it was already going to be a hit because I called Spider-Verse 2. Into the Spider-Verse, I said this was going to be a big hit. I told my now enemies at the time, which were my friends at the time, I'm like, hey, Spider-Verse is going to be the next big thing. And they said, ha 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 ha. No, it won't, Mitchell. It looks weird. And guess, lo and behold, Spider-Verse is probably one of the strongest superhero properties now in media. So I called the same thing for the K-pop Demon Hunters. I said, yeah, this is going to be big because not only is it K-pop, which you're delving into a genre that hasn't been tapped into, at least in mainstream animation form. You got a little bit of it with Turning Red. I will give Disney that. They did do sort of a K-pop-esque inspired boy band. But they haven't really delved into it with its pure Korean media K-pop kind of vibes. This was more of an homage to that. It wasn't a direct translation. What I love about K-pop Demon Hunters is they actually went the extra mile. They did their research. They based it off actual people and idols to make these awesome K-pop groups in K-pop Demon Hunters. And oh my goodness, you can tell that they captured the spirit of why I love K-pop. Like, not only are the girl groups awesome, like it makes you feel like so it makes you feel excited, it makes you feel energetic. There's this energy to it that's very wholesome that I love about K-pop music. That's why I'm a big fan of K-pop music and even J-pop. Just something about it, like especially in like times where I'm feeling down, even like the more serious, dramatic, like ones have this little bit of oomph to them that I personally enjoy. So I was super happy when more people are getting into K-pop and realizing that it actually is a whole unexplored genre that people have taken for granted. And this movie, what it did was showcase a bunch of really, really good Korean pop songs that were, one of them, of course, was Strategy by Twice, which I love Twice. So, I mean, you're already there, right? Twice is awesome. But they do have some original music just for the film. And those, holy shit, dude. That's on a whole nother level. Because my favorite, and this is my ranking if we're going to talk, Free. The duet in this movie. Oh my god. As someone who is the rom-com king, Seyorias, I love my rom-coms, especially when they're done well. And I love it when it's a great dynamic, it's established, and it feels earned and deserved at the end. The relationship definitely does, and this movie absolutely does that. But the duet sells this so unbelievably hard. I love it. It is the best song, in my opinion, in the entire movie. But what I will say, as a consolation, my second favorite, hands down, Your Idol. Because your Idol also taps into that. Because for me, like, this is even my, like, channel here on Twitch. I want to kind of be a force for good in the world and on the online space. So I've always been an advocate for positive masculinity. Like, we always talk about, like, how toxic masculinity pollutes online spaces. And I do think that is a good thing to call out toxic masculinity when it's very harmful, because the people it affects the most aren't women. Or let me rephrase that. It isn't just women. It's also men that fall prey to this conditioning of men need to be this, men need to be that. Well, I believe we should, instead of just telling men and telling the world how masculinity shouldn't be, we should be encouraging some positive examples of what masculinity is. And I think K-pop, for me, is that outlet. As someone who believes in positive masculinity out there, I do believe it exists. And K-pop's just one of them. Because if you look at K-pop, like in Your Idol, even though they're the villains, like, they're cool, but, you know, things in the past that, you know, we look like, oh, men singing, that's like only for women, right? I like to see it as kind of badass, and that's what Your Idol is for me. Is like 5 dudes who are demons singing, and it's like, not only are the lyrics badass, but they look cool. Women are fawning over them, right? It's awesome. Just kind of that feeling of just being cool, right? That aura, as like I mean, another Korean piece of Korean media here, solo leveling, right? Aura farming, right? That's basically what's happening here. Is like, men should strive to aura farm. That's what I want for men. Like, men are like, okay, mister, you want us to be more feminine? I'm like, well, the boundaries of masculinity and femininity are different based on culture, which I think is very fascinating to look at. But I think universally, you look at a dude and you think, yeah, he's cool, right? He's badass. Like, but we've done it before in the past. Look at Indiana Jones. Any guy growing up who watched the Indiana Jones movies, oh my god, we wanted to be Indiana Jones. We wanted to be Luke Skywalker, right? So they exist out there where we admire men. We want to be, like, at least for boys growing up like me, we wanted to be these, like, icons. I just feel like K-pop and K-pop men are kind of in the same vein. Like, I think it should be okay for men to be able to sing, to have high-pitched voices. Because if you look at the start, they sing sort of like a silly song, which Soda Pop, underrated. 4th best song in the entire film. I love my Soda Pop. I love this too. What they do. What is it? It's like this. I love soda pop to death. But yeah, like, quite honestly, I think this is what we need, is just more encouraging. Like, you could have something that's like, oh yeah, that's kind of silly, men. It's like, that's not really masculine if you think about what people claim masculinity to be. They're like, yeah, that's not masculine at all. But then you see, you know, the Saja boys at the end with their Your Idol performance, and you're like, holy shit. Okay, that's badass. That's badass, you know? Like, that's what I feel is so great about K-pop Demon Hunters, is like, it shows that, like, who is this movie made for? And not in a bad way, but like, you think it's for women because it's about singing. It's about, even though it's like 2025, there's still that reinforcement of like, yeah, like singing is more seen as feminine, especially if we're talking about female K-pop idols. But then you have these masculine K-pop idols come out, and yeah, the women are fawning over them, especially all those crazy TikToks I've seen. But I think it should be seen as a good thing too, because like, men can also listen to female K-pop idols, of course, because I love Twice. A lot of men like the female K-pop idols because they're attractive. But also, I feel like you should be able to enjoy the men too, you know? Like enjoy the music produced by men, because you can also put yourself into those shoes. Like, imagine you're singing your idol. Like, I would feel badass if I was levitating while like having a beautiful voice, while like assuming complete and utter power. You know, my dream is to become a supervillain, you know? And not like a evil person. Like, no, I'm not a bad person, but I think it'd be cool to be like, yes, world domination is mine. And it's like a cartoonishly evil kind of person, like Dr. Doofenshmirtz. That's kind of what I aspire to be. So, yeah, I don't know. I don't know. It called me weird. I just think that's like a very... we should normalize thinking that way. We're not the world domination part. No. But I think we should start seeing gender as not necessarily like... I'm of the opinion, look, I think there are definitely masculine things that are traditionally masculine for boys, and then things that are traditionally feminine for girls, right? That exists. But then there's also... there can be variations, there could be exceptions. There's a whole spectrum of like what you can consider femininity and masculinity to be. And women could be masculine, like tomboys. And then the men, you know, femboys. There we go. You know, you got your femboys in there. So that's the men adding some femininity to it. And it's weird too, because I've had conversations with people about this where I'm like, I don't know what it is, but like, women look at me and they're like, you're not really that masculine. And it's not, I don't take it as an insult. I actually think it's like kind of a good thing, because I'm also very open to putting myself out. I'm a streamer. So talking about putting myself out there, right? But I quite honestly, I don't know what it is, but I just feel comfortable with who I am personally. Like, I think it should be acceptable for someone to go out there and just be themselves. That's the thing I encourage the most. Just be yourself. If you want to be yourself, and of course, be careful not to fall into that trap of people telling you what you should be, because that's always out there, you know? But I think my personal definition of what is being yourself is the place you find yourself most comfortable in. And you will know. Like, if you think deep down, are you really comfortable with who you are and what you're acting as? And clear signs, clear indicators that you aren't are inner turmoil that you can see, which is like, you make fun of people that are less privileged than you, that act silly in public, and you feel like complaining about them all the time. You know, you're very narcissistic. You think you're the center of the world, that you're perfect. You know, it's just stuff like that where, or like, if you crack jokes at someone, but you can't take the same jokes back, that just goes to show what kind of person you are. And I know because I met people like that. I've been like that at a certain point in my life. So that's why I think it's important to be like, hey, I think we should push ourselves to be a little bit more comfortable, to enjoy the things we want, despite, because it's easy to say, hey, let's not make fun of people, you know, let people have fun, you know, but there are always going to be assholes out there. There's going to be people who are just going to be mean for no reason. But they're always going to exist. So growing up, my mentality is I have to change the world, you know. I got to make the world a better place by telling people how things should be, right? That's what my personal worldview was growing up. Now, actually growing up, there is nothing you can do to have people change their ways. You know what I mean? You're no longer in school. Like growing up elementary school, teacher tells you not to do anything, everyone listens, right? You're in the adult world. I realize there are people who don't follow the rules, break laws, and like or maybe they don't even break laws. They're just assholes to people in public, you know? And just make fun of people on purpose. You know, they're just horrible human beings. And there's nothing you can do to change their behavior. But one thing I learned, and this is something that I pride myself on, is my new worldview, which is sometimes you got to learn that the thing you can't change is the world. So what is the next best thing? You can change yourself and the people that you surround yourself with. And as long as you have people that support you, that love the same things that you do, where you can feel authentic and comfortable, you can love K-pop. You can love K-dramas. You can love anime. And that is fantastic. I absolutely love it. Because this is what K-pop Demon Hunters reminded me of. Is I went to a K-pop concert when I went to Korea. And it was phenomenal. The vibes were there. Like everyone singing the songs. The music was awesome. And yes, it was a male idol. It wasn't a female idol band. I went to a male idol because I was like, this is the only thing playing and I want to go to a K-pop concert. This guy looks cool. Let's do it. And I went by myself because all my other friends at the time were busy. So, but I still don't regret it. I still think that was one of the best moments of my life. If you haven't been to a K-pop concert, I highly recommend it. Not only will you get great music, but I think some of the people there are just so absolutely lovely. Shout out to the staff, by the way, during that K-pop concert I went to. They were so nice to me. As someone who didn't speak a lick of Korean, someone who flunked his Korean language study, they were so helpful. They helped me and they told me, hey, maybe you're not supposed to do that. I'm like, oh, I'm so sorry. So yeah. And this is the time where I was getting into it. Did you know that Seyorias at one point in time had blonde hair because I dyed it when I was in South Korea? Fun fact, that was really fun. I still remember that. I just grew it out and then I chopped it all off. So that's I'm no longer blonde. That was just for my Korea phase. But yeah. And so going back to, that was a little bit of a tangent, but going back to K-pop Demon Hunters, what I also love too, and this is why like a personal thing for me, is I also love how not only was this like so many great references to amazing K-pop artists, K-pop songs, the culture of Korea, and just the aesthetics of it all. That's all there, and I love it. But what I also very much appreciated was they even reference a lot of K-dramas. And I am the biggest K-drama fan. You will catch me as someone who has actually majored in film and television. So I want to be a filmmaker growing up, which I put a pin on that because I wanted to focus on streaming because I'm like, hey, video work. I just think that's a little bit more fun, especially because I'm younger. And I'm like, hey, let me do streaming now. And then I'll worry about like all the sort of fun film and television stuff in a later date. But they played what was it, My Love. Hold on, I'm pulling it up right now. It's a specific Korean song that they play in every K-drama. It took 2 seconds. Okay, It's love, maybe. When that kicked in, and there's a specific moment in the movie, oh my god, I got chills, because I'm like, this is literally what my favorite trope is that, you know, you start off on a bad foot between two love interests, and slowly over time, they realize that they learn more about each other. It starts off with I'm just gonna say it's enemies to lovers. I love enemies to lovers. It is one of my favorite tropes when it comes to a good rom-com, and K-dramas do it quite a lot, and I appreciate it. I appreciate it because it allows for them looking at each other in a certain way where it's like, oh, it's this person. And it's funny too, because usually other people will be like, oh, like the other love interests will be like friends and stuff, but they start off not liking each other, but then the more that they learn about each other, the more they grow to appreciate each other's company, and then they eventually link up, and it's a beautiful story. So I am a ride and die for enemies to lovers, the same way I am my favorite thing is lovers to enemies. Yo, what's up, Coral? Welcome back. We're just talking about the new K-pop Demon Hunters. Oh my gosh, I predicted it. I thought it was gonna be fantastic, and guess what? It was fantastic. But I don't know. There's just something about just the vibes too. Like I even talked to like my mom about it, because that's the one thing I love about being able to talk about K-dramas and K-pop is the overlap I have is my mom's into that too. So she'll send me all like the good recommendations, and we'll talk about it after. So it's really fun to go back and just have that connection, because I'm into anime. I just got my mom into anime too. She's a big fan of historical dramas, so I got her into Apothecary Diaries, and she's been loving it. And she's actually like, she even called me like earlier today, and she's like, hey, so when's the next episode? Because I'm like already caught up in season 2 and I want more episodes. I'm like, oh yeah, so Crunchyroll releases it weekly, so you gotta wait till the last one on July 4th. And she's like, what? Which reminds me, I need to catch up on Apothecary. I still haven't watched season 2. I was waiting for the full thing to be done and binge it, because I'm the same way. I don't like waiting, especially when it's a show I know I can avoid spoilers on. If it's not, then I'll watch it. My Hogwarts group have started a fight club and underground gambling ring as high schoolers. It's beautiful. Whoa. I'm just gonna pivot real quick. What the heck? I don't know what's more shocking. Like the fact that they started a fight club or the underground gambling ring. I think both are like just insanely extreme. Like that's crazy. Dude, Gringotts must be in business then. All they need to do is sponsored. Yeah, Hagrid's really good at the blackjack boxing game they made. Really? I mean, I'm not surprised it's Hagrid. Hagrid's always known for being that kind of just a brute force, you know what I mean? Yeah, that's crazy. I love if we're talking about K-pop Demon Hunters and we're talking about D&D, I just love the imagination, because it can go to very fun places. Like, why stop at reality? That's why fantasy exists. Do whatever you want. Yeah, also they've almost been killed by Spiral Wraith. Of course they have. What did I say, Coral, last time? They were going to get killed by a Spiral Wraith. They're going to do something stupid, because that's what D&D... That's what happens in D&D. Every single time, too. Tisk, tisk, tisk. Yeah. Oh, by the way, so at the end, actually they were speedrunning, see if they could get one to spawn in. Yeah, but no, my point still stands. Absolutely. Like, it's a D&D session. If you tell them not to do something, they're gonna do it. which is like the whole theme of like my conversation earlier was like, I'm like, the thing that I think needs to work on with like reinforcing some like really great messaging, especially when it comes to the mental health of men and just, you know, encouraging like positive masculinity in my definition, is by encouraging them to do some what is defined as good masculinity, positive masculine traits. If you tell people not to do something, most of the time they're going to do it, especially men. You tell men don't jump off a bridge because and then they're going to do it, you know? I feel like the same is prevalent in D&D. You tell them not to do anything, they're going to do it. Yeah, they try to capture you as an ornament piece in the underground gambling ring. That's crazy. Well, what did I say? I told you this. I said they were going to do it. Like, that's crazy. Which, speaking of, a little bit of a pivot back. The cat, which I think I called this too earlier when I was watching. When they posted images of like the voice actors wearing the, what was it, the what's his name, Derpy. Derpy, the, what is it, a lion, tiger, cat thing. They had little plushes on their heads. I'm like, they're probably gonna sell this. It's gonna make bank, aren't they? And guess what? Pre-orders just went live on Netflix's site. So yeah. Also legally, one of them died for like 3 minutes. Illegally died. Okay. That's crazy. Yeah, but if you haven't seen K-Pop Demon Hunters, I highly recommend it because maybe I'll do a spoiler review later. I don't know if I'll do a whole video on it. Maybe I'll just take stream and I'm trying to do this with videos is I'm trying just to chop, like just talk a little bit and then I can edit it down to a video and just take almost like elongated stream clips and just make them my videos to post on my channel like all the major streamers do. So that's why I'm like trying some new things. I also know, I'll make a, I'll just end our K-pop Demon Hunters discussion by just saying that. Yeah. I'm gonna make a spoiler review later, or spoiler discussion. We'll do it next stream and I'll post it. Which, speaking of, I gotta post my JoJo Lands. I'm so behind on that. Indomitable's waiting for me. Oh my goodness. He's not gonna forgive me. Like, he's been telling me, hey, we need to get on our JoJo Lands binge now. Which, if you don't know JoJo Lands, that's the new JoJo part. It's the manga that's coming out right now. We were gonna do breakdowns, and I kind of got lazy and did edit our last one and haven't posted it yet. So that's completely on Seyorias. So I'll get that up. But yeah, we will be posting more videos in the future. I will actually get content added to my channel aside from live stream. So that'll be super, super exciting. Yeah, and maybe I'll edit it just a little bit, just a tad bit, just a tad bit to see how it goes. But the goal is at least at the end to just get used to posting all that. So it's just full on discussions. And then we can get more of an audience. Because I've done my research. Most of the time of like the people who join in on Twitch and on YouTube come from YouTube videos. Even from Twitch. Like the Twitch viewers come from YouTube. That's how you have to market yourself. And Twitch is in a tough place right now. Like, people are complaining about ads. There's all this drama with Twitch. And I still think Twitch is the better platform. I don't like Kick. I'm not going to kick our party. YouTube and Twitch are going to be me. But I'm going to be honest. Twitch has been making some big mistakes lately. Which, good news is I'm going to be making a new channel. So this one won't get monetized and the content's vastly different. That's good. yeah, definitely separate the type of content you want to talk about. Because that's what like my focus is too right now is like, I'm breaking into streaming. It's great. I love talking. I actually like talking more than gaming, which is a good thing. But I also feel like I need to narrow down my content. And I think it's like, for me, I think I should just focus on Asian pop culture. I think that's my market. That's what I'm going to tap into. Because if I do Asian pop culture, I get all the K-pop stuff, all the manhwas, anime, manga, and then even the Chinese stuff. And all the other extra cultures that have fun things going on. Yeah, so yeah, Asian pop culture. That's gonna be my new niche. So, and I'm pretty sure that's a good tie-in. Like for the most part, I've been doing pretty good. Talking. Like I mean, if I look right now, I have in my title for Twitch and YouTube. It's a Deadpool reference. That's the only thing that's not, but it's a funny quote. K-pop Demon Hunter, Squid Game, Wuwa, right? The channel will also be a channel. Also, we're talking manhwas, or rather ones that you've read. Or the other one. Have you read Star Embracing Swordsman? No. I haven't read that one. I have read a lot. Like, I've actually been getting more into manhwas and webtoons lately, and I've been going crazy. Like, that has been my mental health savior. My favorite one recently that I just picked up, I'll give you a good one right now. Well, it's on break right now because the season finale happened, so there's going to be a little bit of a break in between. But The Greatest Estate Developer, amazing. Amazing manhwa. Highly recommend it. It is one of my favorite stories of all time. The characters are absolutely amazing, but the protagonist sells it. I love Lloyd to death. I want to be Lloyd. Lloyd. Yeah. So definitely Greatest Estate Developer, amazing. But the one I've been reading recently has been it's called the Regressor's Instruction Manual. That one I didn't know what I was getting into. I read it. I was obsessed. This guy, he's like Lloyd. He's insane. Oh man, I just love I love cheeky protagonists. I love little shits as protagonists who are morally right, but their actions are morally questionable. That's my type. That's my bread and butter when it comes to a good protagonist. When they're snarky, when everyone looks at them and they're just like almost batshit insane. That is my favorite type of character. Especially when like everyone like he actually helps it like influence the people around him and actually makes the world a better place. I eat that up. It's good. Bring back morally gray characters. We love them. Yeah, Greatest Estate is coming out. Backslaps are insane. Yeah. Dude, you watched it at the start? Yeah, if you like instruction, how to use a regressor. How to use a regress? Are we getting a rec? Okay, I'm gonna put it. If you're telling the truth, I'm gonna do that. So, regressor instruction manual. You should read how to use regressor. How to use it in a regressor. Okay. Is it the art of using a regressor? Oh my gosh, what's going on here? Oh, short videos. How to use it as a perfect morally gray character? Okay. All right, I'll be sure to check that one out because that one seems pretty hype. All right, I got another one on the list. Right now, I've been reading. Hold on, I'm gonna drop some more recs for all of you lovely people. Some more great manhwa recommendations. What's a good one? Oh, yeah. So there's one I've been reading. I also see the problem is I catch up and then I gotta find more stuff and then I forget like what I read. So this one was, I think I killed I killed an academy player. If you read I killed an academy player, oh, that one is crazy, because that one is like it's a regression story. I'm a big I was a big fan of isekais. I still am. I'm still the isekai guy. I like my isekai trash. We love isekai because it's a self-insert, because life sucks. Let's live a better life. Who doesn't love that? But regressions, I eat those up. Yeah, I killed an academy player, especially literally can't use mana but runes. Isn't that cool? Like, that's the coolest shit ever. It's like he like has to like burn it into his body, and he has specific rules on what he can use and what he can't. Yeah, it's good, right? Oh, dude. Yeah, and then you said killing Pieter. Or is it Killer Peter? I think it's Killer Peter. Cool system type. Blink. I'm reading. Wait, no, I caught up. Killer Peter. Okay. I caught up with Blink Master. No, I have. That one I read too. Blink Master of Magic Academy is also good. Yeah. It's so good. Yeah, dang, Coral. We both read the same things. That's shocking. I mean, it's not surprising because we both like fairy tale, so I mean we like cool shit. What can I say? Oh man. Yeah, but if you ever read manhwas, get into reading manhwas, because there are days where I'm feeling like absolute dog shit. And it's because of a good manhwa. If I read a good chapter, that will save me for the rest of the week. I read a good manhwa. Oh my god. Yeah, Stellar Swordsman. It gives fairy tale vibes. Okay, I'm going to put that on the list. It's going on the list. Yeah, I gotta just make sure. The only problem is I have to like, sometimes it's not available. You gotta find it online. So I gotta make sure I like start making a Google Doc of a list of things of where to find it. Yeah, I don't know. It's also for me. Personally, here's my biggest selling point with manhwas, and this is why I love manhwas. Majority of the time, the demographic is early 20s to late 20s. I don't know. I kind of like being a young adult, reading about young adults, you know, especially with romance. Yeah, I went through all the phases of cultivation, isekai, regression, villains at one point, even the princess reincarnation ones, and so much more. I did too. The princess reincarnations, I mean, I have up there my all-time favorite. The only character I claim to be my waifu. And I don't do that ever. Katarina Klaus from My Life as a Villainess. She's the only one because I don't know. There's something about that show that's just so iconic for me. Return of the disaster class hero is peak as well. Okay. All right. We're adding that to the list. Yeah. Well, here's the thing. My girl Katarina, all she wants to do is live. She doesn't want romance. She doesn't want wealth. She just wants to avoid the doom flags. But also, she loves sweets. Like, and she's so pure. She's so pure. And I love the little thoughts in her head, the little hers in the head. She's so pure. The person who kidnapped her, she convinced him to let her go. That's pure soul Katarina there. Yeah, we love Katarina. Katarina is beautiful. Yeah, Hajime no Zippo. Did you mistype? The best sports, read The Boxer. Okay. Yeah, my brother read that one because he's into martial arts. And so he'll read that and he likes those kinds of stories. I'm not really the biggest sports guy. Like I'll watch, like I caught up to Blue Lock, okay? I'm that guy. I caught up to Blue Lock. But the problem is it came out weekly and I just lost interest because I'm like, this is fun to binge. It's not fun to read week by week, you know, like some other stories. Yeah, Hajime no Ippo, but the Boxer webtoon is so good. It's so sad, genuinely. Okay. I thought it was Hajime no Ippo, but this is Hajime no Zippo. Or you mistyped, right? Yeah, I've heard good things about it, though. I mean, I keep getting it recommended to me, so... if I'm in the mood... I feel like I have to be in the mood for that. If I'm in the mood, I'll check it out. But yeah, like, I don't know, man. I don't know. There's just something about manhwa that I've just been gravitated towards now. Where it's just... I don't know. Maybe it's the deep down as me who's been a sucker of harem anime. Specifically, like that's my guilty pleasure. If you have any guilty pleasure genre, it's not even the ecchi for me. Because ecchi is one thing, but for me, it's more the harem. Like, all ecchi are harems, but not all harems are ecchi. You know what I mean? And so not even that. Not all ecchis can be harems too. Some of them could be by themselves. But I don't know. It's just something with me with the guilty pleasure. Manhwas do that. And it's great. Absolute Regression is awesome, but not impeccable taste. Absolute Regression. I think I read that one. Nebula Civilization. I have not, though. I wish I did. I wish I could say I have impeccable taste, but I'm be honest. I don't know. All right. I'm adding it to the list. Don't worry. Absolute Regression. I just want to make sure I see. Oh, I started reading it a little bit. It's kind of crazy. It's kind of crazy. I did read the first chapter, so that's how I remember it. Yeah, more research with good art, but genre that's not well known. Yeah. Well, the art in manhwas, I think. See, that's like the one thing about Solo Leveling. As much as I do love Solo Leveling, I thought the anime did a good job for the medium. But I still think the best medium to enjoy Solo Leveling will forever be the manhwa. Because you just can't beat it. You know what I mean? Like manhwa they're pushing manhwas in anime now. Like crazy. And I'm worried because I'm like, you're gonna lose the sauce, guys. Because you're gonna make this oversaturated. No one wants to read manhwas anymore. Because they just confirmed what? It was like shit. What did they just confirm? I read it too. So I knew about it, that's my flex. Teenage Mercenary. There we go. I read that. So that's my flex. I read it before they actually announced it, and like years before they announced the anime adaptation. But I'm a little bit worried because I know it's going to be crazy. Yeah. After that fucker became an angel, which we all know what he is. We all know what he is. Lying. That's what he does. I still think it's crazy though that this guy goes in and he's like, yeah, no, it was them. It wasn't me. I swear. Wait, what do you mean? It's so bad in copies. I also did read a little bit of Ragnarok. I enjoyed it for a little bit, but it wasn't just this. It wasn't the same. Yeah, it was the general strategist kingdom. I swear I never make a deal with the devil. Dude, in classic fashion too. This guy, oh, it's gonna get better. It's gonna get better because you're gonna realize what this guy does in the next arc. I won't say anything because you're still catching up. But he doesn't learn. He gets worse. Which is very in character for him, but nah, that's crazy. Yeah, the dude literally he's an expert gaslighter. That's what he does all the time. Nah, you're good. You're good. Yeah. But yeah, if you haven't read manhwas, they're the next big boom. I'm calling it now. I'm calling my shots. I'm Babe Ruth swinging in for the, the third home run of the game. Boom. Yeah, manhwas are going to be huge. And they're going to be huge because the anime adaptations of them are going to go crazy. And the people are going to want to read the source material. And I'm going to say this. I was here first. It was me. I was here first before any of this. I read Tower of God. Like, yeah, the anime came out before, but I read all of it before because I watched the first episode. I was like, I'm not waiting. So I read all of that. And I caught up. So I was a big fan of manhwas before anyone. So, yeah. I was a big fan of Demon Slayer before it blew up. That's also a flex. Same with My Hero Academia. Also my flex. I was a fan of Fairy Tail during the Dark Ages. You know? So, yeah. Manhwas are going to be huge. Which, speaking of, if we're going to talk about things that are disappointing. Oh my goodness, what were they thinking? What were they thinking? Ah! What was that? Squid Game Season 3, it was one of the most anticipated shows for me because it is a conclusion to a 3-part event, in my opinion, where Squid Game Season 1 came out, amazing, and then they announced Season 2 coming out, and everyone thought Season 2 was going to be garbage, and it wasn't. It was actually interesting. It elevated on a lot of things that did work. And then all of a sudden, guess what happens? Dear viewer, guess what happens? Season 3 has 3 amazing episodes. And then it turns to absolute dog shit. The worst of the worst. The worst of the worst from the first 2 seasons is in Season 3. And it's a lot of bad. So, if you haven't seen Squid Game, I would watch the first 2 seasons and maybe the end of the first game in season 3. You don't need to watch past that. Just come up with, make your own imagination, because after that point it gets really, really, really bad. And it has a nonsensical ending. I was on the side of Squid Game. I thought season 2 proved that it was capable of good writing and good character writing and had so many interesting things going for it. But the moment they decided to end the series and the way they decided the direction they went, it was just so bad. And I'm glad the internet is united in agreement for me, or with me, that it really wasn't that great. A lot of things we were looking forward to were very disappointed because it ended up being a bunch of nothing. So, what does that say about, Korean media? I still think maybe it put a bad taste in people's mouth with K-dramas, but we do have K-pop Demon Hunters to rescue everyone and say, no, we actually have some pretty good content. Definitely check it out. So I am bummed out that season 3 was kind of bad, but we at least have K-pop Demon Hunters, so that's pretty good. But yeah, dude, and they announced, this isn't a spoiler. I guess it's a spoiler, but it's also not because they announced it. They announced that they're gonna make a spin-off USA Squid Game. I kid you not a USA version of Squid Game, which they're working on, which of course they are. But quite honestly, it's a Squid Game within the Squid Game universe, but just instead in the US. And I'm just like, you're so greedy. You're so greedy. You want more. You couldn't wrap up a proper season 3 and you're already jumping to making more seasons of spin-offs. And I'm like, really? Like, I don't know. It's crazy. It's crazy. If you want to know my overall thoughts, I think the character, if you want to know I won't go into spoilers, but character writing was horrendous. It was so bad. The plot was poorly written. And anything past the first 3 episodes, it was just downhill. Character writing was not good. Plot went all over the place. Characters literally ended up doing nothing for the show. And there was a lot of distracting things from direction, from voice acting, that I was just not a fan of. That felt very shallow and cheap, which shouldn't be something that is Squid Game, but it is. It feels like this is something that should parody Squid Game, not be Squid Game, So there is, okay, and also that's why I say watch the first 3 episodes. There's good in season 3. It's just in the first 3 episodes. Had they kept, and that's what I think, this is why I'm like the most butthurt about it, and I think I mentioned this before. Had they maintained it, they maintained the quality that they were showing us within those first 3 episodes, I think Squid Game would have been recognized as one of the greatest TV shows of all time, up there with Breaking Bad, 100%. But the problem is that it wasn't, and it was super upsetting, and it let me down, and a lot of other people. But what can you do? What can you do? That's just how the cookie crumbles. That's how it is. So yeah. So that's a thing. That Squid Game. That's very fun. But yeah, I don't know. I'm not gonna say too much about Squid Game, without getting into spoilers, even though people spoiled it already. Like, that's why I've been okay. I'm also not really in the best mood to explain my experience because this was on a work night for me. So I'd work in the morning, early in the morning. And this is when we were supposed to stream on Friday. I learned Squid Game had come out earlier that day. And I already started seeing spoilers on Twitter. And so I'm like, I hate Twitter. Why am I seeing spoilers already about the post-credit scene, quote unquote? Even though it's not a post-credit scene, it's a pre-credit scene. But the singer at the end of the show, right? I started seeing spoilers for it. So I'm like, okay, fine, I'll binge it because I don't want to get spoiled. So I binged the whole thing, canceled stream so I could finish binging it. And I was like, I really canceled stream for this. I'm glad I watched it so I wasn't spoiled and I have my authentic, honest opinions about it. But my goodness, it's rough. It's so rough. It's that show that's popular, that's really good, and then it loses its way. And then you're sad because you have to drop the show or put it down. Or anytime you think about the good parts of the show, that bad ending comes up and it ruins it for you. You're just like, fuck! You know? Just screaming inside. Like, rah! Kind of thing. I don't know. Weird time that we live in. So real quick, here's what I want to try and do because we've come to the end of the Squid Game conversation. I'm going to try something that I haven't done in a while, okay? I'm not going to cut to the screen, okay? The screen right here, I'm not cutting to it. Instead, I'm going to leave my chair. And you will have nothing but the chair. Because I'm going to take a drink of water. And then I shall be back to continue this conversation. And so you will have an empty chair on stream. And we're going to be testing this out because this is how stream is going to be. I'm trying to be an official Twitch streamer. Okay, guys? Let me live. And then we can get into Wuwa. Yeah, let's jump into Wuwa after. I think that's a perfect segue. So I shall be back soon. Aha! So it did work. Stream kept going without me. I know that was a little bit of a break, and I apologize. I should have blasted the music. I should have been like, you know, like full volume. While I was gone. That's the only thing I would change. But I do like this setup a little bit more, because I'm still here. I just took like a little bit of a break where I stepped aside, which I realize as a Twitch streamer you need to do. You can't just talk for 4 hours straight. You need that breathing room. So yeah, so let me just start by saying this, okay? Going forward, or let me do it for the YouTube audience here, okay? Now, I'm not talking about the YouTube stream watchers. I'm talking about my YouTube audience, because I'll make this into a video, okay? I'm like, hello everyone, my name is Seyorias, and welcome to my channel, where today I like to officially announce that we are changing the way my channel is working. Originally, I was just an Anituber. I just talked about anime, I did breakdowns, tier lists, whatever you thought of, but recently, I realized that's not really what I want to do initially. I wanted to do more with just the way I made content, the way I interacted with you guys. So, starting today, I have made the decision to rebrand myself as the new Seyorias. Kind of like the new Avengers and the Thunderbolts, but a little bit better. We are going to be known as the anything Asian pop culture with Seyorias. That's going to be my tagline, okay? So for anyone watching over on YouTube, if you see the wall of text right here, that's me in Coral. Yeah, we like to talk. Like, he just talked about how we diabolical ways to make explosive potions. Yes. It is very messed up, dude. It is very, very messed up. But yeah, we'll talk about anything Asian pop culture related. So I love manhwas. I love my manhwas. We just were talking about that recently. So that's been awesome. We've also been talking a lot about mangas, anime, of course, webtoons. So, and K-pop and K-dramas. Anything Asian related, I'm a big fan of in terms of media. So we can talk and delve into any of those. Maybe we can delve into some other forms of media, but primarily the focus of my channel, I want to rebrand to the Asian medias guy, you know, the tech guy. So we'll see how this goes. But if you see my videos change, I will still be posting my JoJo Land videos that I usually post. Don't you worry, for everyone watching. But it's going to change the format of how I initially make videos. And it's going to be easier on my end because I just have to trim down stream to make these videos. And it's easier for you guys because you get to enjoy the content that you want in case you miss it. In case you don't want to watch a whole live stream, you can just watch it. Or if you miss a live stream, you can catch up by just watching one of my clipped videos that I post on my channel. So yeah, all good things going forward. So welcome, and I can't wait for you to join me on this journey with me. A video every day. That is my goal. We are going to be posting a video every day, and that is a promise to all of you fine folks. Now, back to the show. All right, I'm back. That was my YouTube intro. In the novel for Aggressor Manual, he did a lot more than kill inside the monster. Kiss. Yeah, elf bread span like an hour. Yeah. What do you think I meant? The dude's a menace. Like, my favorite part is the god freaking out. Like the god of the elf people. He's like, no, stay away from him. No. Meanwhile, this guy's like, she can't hear you scream. It's so funny. Yeah, scam the goddess and the elf god being tied up. Yeah. Isn't it crazy? Dude, if anyone's watching this, read Regressor Manual. It is the best read of your life. It is so incredible. I just love this guy. He's great. Because he's not the main character. But he is the protagonist. Oh, sorry. He's not the protagonist, but he's the main character. There we go. He's literally like, you don't want me to be the villain whilst I be the villain. Well, this is my favorite trope in media, is like, I'm going to do my own thing. Don't cross me, because you see what I do to my enemies. You know what I mean? That's what he screams to me. It's the same as Sinbad from Magi. It's the same as as Lloyd in Greatest Estate Developer. Just don't cross them, and you are. It's the same as Doctor Doom. It's like, don't cross them. You'll be fine. You cross them, then you messed up. You know what I mean? They're relatively harmless unless you get in their way. That's the only way you mess up. And I don't know. I think that's like my favorite trope. On a Koji, great. Another great example there. Just don't cross him and you'll be fine. Better yet, if you're in his class and you don't cross him, you're probably gonna get like to the top. Easy. Killer Peter makes you question morally, because yes, he's a killer, but some people deserve jail time, not death. But at the same time, he didn't have a choice as well. Yeah. Well, it's also like, what's that one show? I haven't seen it, but people tell me about it, Dexter, where it's like, he's a killer, but he kills awful people. Or Death Note. Better example, Death Note. He kills awful people, but he's still a monster, you know? Where it's like, is it really, I don't know. Is it really morally? It's morally questionable, but does that mean it's morally wrong? And it could be, both could be true at the same time. It is not morally right, but it's also not morally wrong. It's just simply morally questionable, you know? And it's the reason why it's morally questionable is it's because it's based on who you ask. Because based on the response, that will dictate whether it is moral or not, is based on their own judgments and their own worldview. You know what I mean? Well, Code Geass is like perfection, beginning to end. I love Code Geass to death because it does that. And it has, in my opinion, the reason why Code Geass is up there as one of the greatest anime of all time is because it has an amazing ending. It's up there with Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood, same thing, because it has a great ending. Yeah, you can't beat it. Yeah, Code Geass needs to be talked about a lot more. I feel like it's popular, people know about it, but recently people keep bringing up like Attack on Titan, Demon Slayer, Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood more than Code Geass does, and I think Code Geass deserves it. Because even if, okay, I will even argue, here's my thing. I will argue Death Note has a great ending. I think it does have an amazing ending. There's just a lot of bullshit before that final arc that you can get rid of. That is bad. But once you get to that ending, it's pretty good. Yeah, Code Geass was so great. We saw Lelouch as the main character, but more we watched, we realized he was the villain, but not as well as the real protagonist was the perception of the viewer. Well, I wouldn't even say he was the villain. I just would say he was a main character who was thrown into this conflict, had to choose a side, especially with this new power, chose a side, dictated it, and then his actions, he realized, because it wasn't necessarily he's a villain, he just ended up doing some horrible things because of circumstance, and because of that, it led to not only you feeling that he crossed the line, but he himself also felt that he crossed the line, to the point where the ending solidifies, this is how I give back. This is the sacrifice I have to do. Not only about, is it part of my actions for the horrible things I've done, but also I want to make the world a better place for everyone, including my sister. That's why it is so good. Because at no point is Lelouch thinking he's right. Because you know that one accident that happens, the famous stadium scene. He's not happy about that. But it's a horrible thing that is definitely his fault. You know what I mean? Yeah, his backstory is so sad as he take his crippled sister after his mother was gunned down in front of him. And then abandoned by his father who openly mocked him and his mother. Yep. And he still turned out to be a good person. You know? Yeah, I was just so... I think I haven't had such a jaw-dropping moment. Like there are... Like, anime like to be shocking. Let's be honest. Anime do. But rarely does one really get me to be like, what the fuck did I just watch? Holy shit. That stadium scene... When that stadium scene went live, I was like, no! Because once it happens, you can't stop it. And you can't stop watching. It is horrendous what ends up happening. Yeah, he turned out to be the world needed. Not necessarily good, but not pure evil bad. Yeah, I mean, no, that's morally great. That's absolutely what he is. But I also believe he also is a product of circumstance. He was only created because he got the Gios, but also created based on the circumstances he was given. Mind you, he's still technically he's technically in high school, right? Let me look. I'm pretty sure he's in high school, and this guy's like leading a rebellion, like 17-year-olds. Yeah, 17-year-old, and then 18 in second season. Yeah. Yeah, you can't go back from his actions. Consequences, yes, he's in the academy. Yeah. So you can't really expect him, whose brain, scientifically, his brain's still developing, right? But he's born into this war-torn world where the things you mentioned before, like his mother getting gunned down, his father leaving him, right? And then he has to side with the revolutionaries because he realizes all the... Like, let's be honest. Britannia is not the good guys. They are not the good guys at all. Now, the question goes, okay, was it necessarily... The resistance wasn't good either, but I don't think they were evil like Britannia. But yeah. People also forget how stupidly intelligent he is to people. Say, oh, well, he has the Gios, but you got to understand it was his intellect that helped him. Yeah, no, it was. Because it's also about using the Gios. Because there are rules to the Gios, right? You can't use it more on the same person more than once, right? Once you do a Gios, you can't undo it, right? And the more you use the Gios, the more that it gets uncontrolled. And so that's why the accident happened, because he accidentally used the Gios. He wasn't trying to use the Gios, but he did. I also just love, like, it's a personal thing for me. I just love his drip. I don't know. Zero's drip in this, when Lelouch throws on that fit, I think he's one of the first guys to be that guy. You know what I mean? Initial start can be used more than once on the same person. It has to be in contact with the same person physically. Yeah. Yeah, exactly. Exactly. Oh, and you also have to remember, his friend died in front of him too. No, if we're talking about that, like, he joined the rebellion. His friend got gunned down. He thought his friend was dead, right? For a long period of time. Yeah, well, I think we talked about it. Magic Kaido's good too. Yeah. Yeah, but the thing I think is the funniest part of Magic Kaido is it's technically in the same universe as Detective Conan. And Detective Conan, who always stresses that everything is logic-based and there's a scientific reason behind why things happen the way they do. And he's right. But Magic Kaido goes, oh yeah, there's magic in this world. They just introduce this random lady that's like a witch or whatever. And she uses like actual magic against Magic Kaido. Seyorias bunker goes hard as well. We need to make a Bat Cave or Magic Kaido base behind that painting. Later. We will take care of that later. Which did you see the bunker, Coral? Let me pull out the bunker for you. I redrew it. I just forgot to put a couple of the rooms in when I redrew it with color on my iPad. Yeah, here. Where is it? The Seyo bunker. There we go. Well, there's the Seyo bunker. There we go. Yeah, we have everything. Everything. I think I went over this on stream, or one stream. There we go. We got our Kevin Conroy, the secret entrance to the Bat Cave. Everything we talked about pretty much is all here. So yeah, I'm gonna make a collection. We'll do it later. We'll do it in a later stream because I think this is like a whole. This has to take the entire stream. Is when we make a Seyo cave. Yeah. I'm making a what if video on what if what if Ginka has El Drago? Oh, nice. And that's from Beyblade, right? Yeah. And then next one is what if Batman was the Green Ninja from Ninjago? See, if Batman was the Green Ninja from Ninjago, Ninjago wouldn't have the amount of problems it does. And I don't mean it because I don't mean it like Ninjago's a bad show. I mean most of the antagonists in the show would be like it's giving Batman a power boost. What do you think is gonna happen? They're not gonna win. Like I saw this meme where it's like, you know what scares a criminal the most in the Batman universe in Gotham? Not the sight of Batman, but the sight of Batman smiling. It's over. It's over. If Batman is smiling, bonus points if he's laughing. If he's smiling and laughing, it's over. You turn yourself in. You don't even try fighting Batman. All right, I give it up. And I'm like, that's so true. So true. I recently finished the first 6 movies of Star Wars for the first time, and bro, my goat Anakin got turned into a goat curry in the 3rd movie and became a cyborg goat with the robot body. Yeah. Oh, you actually watched Star Wars for the first time? Yeah. Yeah, Anakin's arc, if you watch Clone Wars too, it adds a lot more depth to Anakin. Oh my gosh, it's... What did they do to that poor man? That's what you're saying after. Yeah, Anakin, I call Anakin the potato. Anakin potato. Yeah, I'm surprised. The thing that surprises me the most is his will to live through hatred of Obi-Wan. Literally let him live for that long to become Darth Vader. That's what He was like burned in half. Like what, goat curry. That's what you were saying, right? And he still managed to live. So, yeah. All good, Coral. All good. In the meantime, I'm going to be pivoting. Now, here's the thing. I did promise Wuwa, but I think it's too early for Wuwa. So, sorry, but we're playing Genshin Impact. We're playing some Genshin Impact. Yeah. There we go. I'm just changing some settings. There we go. I'm gonna turn off desktop. I just want to flex this real quick while we're on Genshin, which I also, where am I? Oh, I'm climbing. All right, so I'm leveling up my characters recently. That's been my goal with Genshin Impact, at least lately. And oh my goodness. Check out this flex. So I think I mentioned this before on stream, but I got Skirk.
Need something taken care of?
I've been trying to level up Skirk like crazy. But check this out. Check this out. I'm almost there. And look how much Mora I have. Look at that. I have 1 million Mora, which isn't a lot compared to some other people. Some people have been saving up like crazy, but I still think it's pretty good. So I'm trying to level her up. And then these need to be upgraded, but I'm sure it's fine. I got her I got her artifacts all leveled up, so that's cool. Wait, how much is it? Is this 40? Yeah, it's 40. We'll wait a little bit because I have to wait for this to replenish. But let's do something fun. Let's go. I'll try using Skirk. So let's go over here, and then we can keep talking. Spiral Abyss. I'm gonna gain some more Mora here. Pyro damage. Okay. Opponent details. Okay, Teleposaur. I want to try something fun. Okay, let's do this. I'm going to do Skirk. Yes. Yes. Let's do that. I like this plan right here. I like this plan. Okay. For first half. Second half, I'm going to throw in all my Pyro characters. Let's go official. Actually, instead of Benny, let's do her. I think we have a stack team. I think we do. So I've been practicing with like trying to do different team combos. Also, you never do chamber, you do floor. Oh wait, no. Yeah, you do floor. That way it builds up. That's my secret. Look at that. Look at that. Aha. Get destroyed.
Now you shall perish. I'll protect us. Let me read you a book.
Oh, it was already over before it even started. That's crazy. Yeah, I like my team comp right now. And all I gotta do is... Yeah, just like that. Oh my gosh. That was insane. Yeah, it's gonna be super easy. Let's do floor.
Shine down. Let's dance.
Oh, it's so over for them. Oh, dude. That's why you pair like the Raiden Shogun is so good with damage. Like stacking damage. I love it. Look at that. Look at that. Oh, I'm getting healed too? That's crazy. That's crazy. That's crazy. All right, we gotta watch out for this guy.
Everlasting as the moon. You asked for it.
Okay, this guy's kind of tough. Just kidding. Just kidding. It's barely anything. All right. Effective this floor. Let's do it.
No, my sword. There is no escape. Let's dance.
Oh, these poor babies, dude. I'm destroying them. It's so sad.
Mine to wield. Come on, we can do it. Torn to oblivion. Illusion shattered. Ring cutter.
This gonna be so easy. There we go. Yeah. By the way, if you want to know, Skirk is probably one of the best characters to play as. Because not only is she fun, but I like how mobile she is. She reminds me of Florend, which is my main. Or was my main. I mean, I still play her a lot. I don't know. I just like mobile characters that move around a lot. That's always been my thing. Okay. What are we doing here? What are we doing here? Aramite. I think that should be fine. Yeah, that should be fine because I have to take out more guys this way. I'm gonna keep it. Why did you chamber? I should have done floor. Whatever.
Show me your move. Inazuma shines eternal. Let me weave you a bird.
Oh, it's over.
Let's finish this next time.
Okay, these guys are a little bit tougher, but I think it's fine.
Body enough. There is no escape. Mine to wield. Shine down.
Oh. I also maxed out her weapon, so that's why I think I'm pretty good. Personally.
Your journey ends here, Lord of Sand. Your sacrifice is ready.
Overruled. This is where you fall. Eat this! Justice will prevail.
As you wish, me.
Transfixed.
Oh, this guy's almost done for.
Go on. By royal decree.
There we go. That's pretty easy. All right, next floor. Yeah, I don't know. Skirk has been... Okay, let's see. Character damage within 50 can only do... Okay, let's do that. I don't need HP because I have a healer.
Come on, show me your courage.
Show me your moves.
Rain outlines your fate. Huh?
Oh my god, dude.
Witness the power of Wuwa.
Show me your courage.
We can do it.
Out of
Okay,
the way
healer.
or get blown away.
Oh.
Let's dance.
This is just too easy. There we go. I just keep like flinging my sword at them.
Finally.
It's kind of funny.
Target right there. Stretch your wings and raise a star. Reveal thy. Where do you think you're going?
Gotta attack this thing first.
Everlasting as the moon.
Goodbye. Yeah, that's what happens when you count on like your Hail Mary.
Overrule.
There we go. Chambers bounty. Off to chamber 3. I think that'll be helpful.
Let's hope you pull up a good fight.
No, my sword. Inazuma shines eternal. There is no escape. Let me weave you a web. Let the show begin. Extinguish.
Oh, what? Look at this damage.
Let's stand. Rain outlines your. Now you shall perish. By royal final warning. Transfixed.
That's crazy.
Hands where I can see 'em.
Midnight Venta.
Witness my rise. Overruled.
Yeah, the damage that Arlecchino does is also insane.
Oz, reveal thyself. Wuwa, get them. Stop right there. Stand down.
Nice. Leave for now. I want to collect my loot. So at least my goal is... Well, first let's claim the loot. Nice. 60,000. That's a lot. Whoa, wait. I jumped 2 levels for that? Alright, that's good. Yeah, so I maxed out, like I said before, I maxed out Skirk's weapon. So look at this beauty. Oh. 674 damage. Let's see. If I go to my next week Arlecchinos, they're the same. So I have a good like balance between the two. So 7 days. I'm trying to save up some more so I can pull again. What's nice is this refreshes in less than a day. And also I saved up a lot of Primo Gems. I have 20. What the heck? That's actually more than I originally thought. So I have 40. If I do 5, I could probably get 5 more pulls to try and get her to like C1 or 2. Probably just C1. I'm not going to push it. I'm just going to say C1. C1 Skirk, but yeah, just getting characters to other constellations is like insane. That's why I've been trying to, I know she's good too, but I've been trying to level up Chevreuse because for some reason I just got all her constellations. I don't know why, I just did. So I've been trying to play her more because she's kind of broken. And if I get her reason, look, every Void Rift absorbed will carry a crystal blade to attack nearby opponents, dealing 500% of Skirk's attack as cryo damage. It's insane. Yeah. After unleashing her elemental skill, Havoc, Warp, Skirk will gain 10 additional serpent subtlety points. When using your elemental burst, Havoc Ruin, the damage of this elemental burst instance will be increased by taking up to 10 or more points into account. Additionally, within 12.5, yeah, basically it's broken. And then I could level these up a little bit higher. Yeah, to the source. Yeah, C6 Skirk. Oh my gosh. I've also been treasure hunting a lot lately in Genshin because I've been, again, I caught up to the main story. I pretty much have done everything. So I've just been trying to 100% every land or every nation. I'm getting there with Sumeru. Sumeru is a huge map. It's gigantic. But what's nice is I'm like slowly making progress. Like, look, I already got 300%. What's nice too is I finally unlocked. So I not only got all of the Dendrocalypses for the statues, but I also got the treasure compass. So that's been like super helpful too. Yeah, I just have to find, I have to teleport to the right place because I feel like I just need to find, I think if I go over here and try using it, I'm gonna see if I can find a treasure chest. There we go. Which is my favorite mechanic in Genshin is when you can unlock this compass, because then you find treasure chests, you find Mora, but Hero's Wit, I didn't realize how much of a commodity that was and how much I would need it until I started playing Genshin, and then I'm like, oh yeah, no. You need those to level up characters. That's definitely a finite resource. Don't upgrade every single character because you need Hero's Wit for that. So, yeah, very fun. Oh my goodness. What the heck?
Your hard work
What's nice is I'm already on this mode. And then all I gotta do is just activate Skirk. She'll do some super conduct. Just like that. Oh my gosh, look at this, dude. Yeah, that's crazy. It's also easy too.
Your hard work is paying off, as it should.
Oh, up there. Okay. Now how do I get up there? Is it underneath? Is it hidden away? Oh, investigate. There we go. We got it. Oh, I have to investigate something. Uh-oh.
Now you shall perish. Oz, reveal thyself.
I think I killed them all. Uh-oh. There we go. Did not detect anything. Okay, how about we go a little bit lower? We're gonna find all these chests and get all these hero wits. And of course Mora, because Mora's good. Like 10,000 Mora, that's actually something. Oh, there. We got another chest here. Oh, not this puzzle. Uh-oh. So I gotta like figure out how to like fix it. No. Stop it. You're messing with me. There we go. See, I gotta like fix it before it changes it again. Wait, I have a plan. I have a plan because this is a puzzle, right? What if I change everything except for this one right here that keeps changing back? You know what I mean? Yeah. So if I go like this, then all I have to worry about is yeah, there we go. This is a puzzle. Aha! There we go. That's why I keep saying it's a puzzle, and I finally figured it out. All right, and then the chest is over here.
You've earned yourself a reward.
There we go.
Merciless.
I have to go back and forth and back and forth. I think they saw me. All that for a common jest. Great. That's great. That's fun. I love the compass ones because it's just easy. I don't even think this is the right compass one. It's not. There's another compass one I have to do.
You've earned yourself merciless.
You know what's funny? I'm not even doing this with the the rewards now with Genshin. I'm more doing it just for the completionist in me. You know what I mean? Okay, go lower. Where are you hiding? Oh, at the very bottom. Nice. Ow. That hurt. Boom. Boom. last but not least. There we go. I got an achievement for it too. Nice. We love to see it.
Cry out, Miles, by royal decree.
Yeah, bring out my bird. The snake's done for. Yeah, because I maxed out Oz. I forgot I did that. I don't think they know that. Any enemy I come across, I summon Oz. They take so much damage. It's kind of funny. Oh, look at that. Look at that. Hey. Got a new banner. That's sick. Change name card. I'll keep it the same though. Let's try over here. I want to see if I can find a chest over here. No treasure chest nearby. What does that say about society? Was there one hiding right next to the... Oh my gosh, are you serious? Was there really one hiding next to the statue that I just did not get? Oh, fun.
Destiny has brought me hither.
Oh, and there's one even higher up. Okay, even better. What's this map, by the way? Or a scroll? All right, time to climb. We're gonna rock climb. Nice. Cool. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Let me climb the rock wall. Why won't you let me climb the rock wall? In times like these, I am glad I have... So one of the characters I actually just got to, I talked about this, was...
Where to?
Auroron. Because Auroron has this really cool ability where he can actually jump really high. Oh, 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 oh. Oh. Ha ha ha. Now I just wait for the stamina gauge to fill up and then we are good to roll out. Oh. Did I really butcher that? Fly, 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 fly. No, no, no. That's so sad. Jar Jar, can you help me out? No. Jar Jar. You're supposed to help me out, Jar Jar. This is not how it's supposed to go. Oh. I'm using my climbing ability. I'm gonna get to this point right here. There we are. Nice. Now where's this chest that I spent so long trying to climb for? Where did the chest go? Oh, it was on here? Okay. It kind of blends in. So I don't blame myself for not seeing it. Oh, nice. No, there was a point to climbing up. Okay. We're good now. We're good. Oh, I think I see it. Wait, is that another one? I think that's another one. Okay. I would feel so bad if we have to fight. Oh, yeah, we do. Oh, yeah, we 100% have to fight. Which I feel really bad about. Because...
Shine down.
all that for a common chest too. Tisk tisk Genshin. Give us bigger rewards, please. Up there we go.
Illusion shattered.
Oh, it's so over. Getting all these materials too for later.
You've earned yourself a reward. Merciless.
Where does it want me to go?
Merciless.
Oh, this way. Nice. I can go further down, underground. Oh, great. I need the special... the special thing to open the thing.
Torn to oblivion. Shine down.
Go! You're free now!
This is getting interesting.
Another star goes out. Ha.
I'm surprised Kirk didn't die there. I was so close to dying too. That's crazy. All right, I need to find this missing piece. The one piece. Where's the stupid thing? Where are you? Oh my goodness. I swear, if it's this thing right here that I have to take. Oh no, I have to find it. Oh. Okay. Yeah, I need the green thing. Wherever it is. All right, I'm gonna call it quits because I'm going nowhere. Yeah, I'm gonna be right back. I'm gonna try the same thing as last time. We're just gonna step away real quick, okay? I think I'm gonna be done with Genshin, at least right now. So I'll be back. Also, we got our first bot. You're gonna get banned. I'm just so fed up. It's rough. But we're going back to Mario Kart music. So let's do this. I shall be back. I should stop hitting the button. Guys. Sayo nights. I got some bad news for all you Wuwa fans out there. We're not gonna be playing it tonight because I'm wrapping up stream right now. So yeah, that happened. So here's the thing. I'm trying something new right now when it comes to streaming. And the first thing that I think, I don't know. For me, it's just the talking by myself. As much as I love talking by myself, I personally just feel like I'm not seeing any discoverability on Twitch, which I don't know. I'm not surprised. Why am I not surprised? And I think it's just because I need to start branding my YouTube content. And if I go to my channel right now, I'm going to make the first big change to my channel. If I go right now, I'll say Asian pop culture with Seyorias. Well, there we go. Asian pop culture with Seyorias. That is the new channel look. So, I think this is enough for today's stream. I know we only streamed for 2.5 hours. But trust the process. Trust. It's all about quality over quantity. And the thing I have to do, I can't do this 3-hour stream. As much as I want to be lazy, I don't want to do a 3-hour stream for a pretty sick thumbnail. You know what I mean? I'd rather just like limit it. So we'll see what ends up happening, but I don't know. I just feel like I need a pivot, and the way to do that is by kind of concentrating on things I want to do. So JoJo Lands. I'm working on JoJo Lands. I know I need to catch up on JoJo Lands. And then after, we'll catch up on other videos, because I can make videos of the stuff we talked about in the stream. That's what's super hype about. Super hypes. Super hypes. So, yeah. Anyways, I'd like to thank everyone for watching. Thank you so much for chatting, Coral. I do appreciate you coming back every single time. It's a pleasure to have you back, dude. But yeah, we'll be ending stream early. Just because I'm tired. I have work in the morning super early. Super early. And I don't want to have to deal with that. And plus, I could give more time for a Wednesday stream. So yeah, because Wednesday is technically my Saturday, and I'm super excited about that. So anyways, thanks for watching, everyone. I'll catch you guys in the next one. And also, I hope I avoid some streamer drama in the future. We're gonna stay away from drama because I don't like drama, and drama is bad. Yeah, take care, everyone. I'll catch you guys in the next